You know what? Stay there, because I want to bring in Congressman Pete Hoekstra, Republican from Michigan. Congressman, thank you for being here. You know, your state, Michigan, obviously the ground floor for the auto industry. You've had amazing benefits so far from Cash for Clunkers, the dealers there. You were initially, though, against Cash for Clunkers. Have you changed your mind, and why?
Well, I think that if it had been a broader program and more broadly available, we would actually be getting even more of a stimulus than what we're already seeing. I recognize that this was the best we were going to get out of the House and the Senate into the President's desk, so I voted for it. I'm very pleased with what's happened in in the dealer showrooms. There's been a phenomenal response. My dealers are moving lots of cars. That's the positive thing. The bad news with this program is the government portion, the back room. I have yet to talk to a dealer. I have yet to talk to a dealer in Michigan who has gotten an agreement signed, who's gotten a sale approved by the federal government. I've got some dealers that are now on their third rejections. They filed it, it got rejected. They filed it again, it got rejected a third time, and now a second time. Now they're on their third filing. They're still getting rejected. The backroom operations being run by the federal government are a disaster.
Congressman, is it so bad that these dealers are going to stop using the program, even if more money is granted to it, or if you know, what's going on right now, where we're telling them, hey, go ahead and continue using the program. It still has money under the original program.
No, they're going to continue using the program. It is driving volume, and dealers need volume. They need to move cars off of their lots, and they're getting that desired effect, and they're being very resilient. They are saying, you know, we'll put up with all this bureaucracy, all of this hassle. Pete, just tell us that sometime we're going to get paid. And I think we can make the assurance that they are going to get paid. The other thing that they're telling me, if these are the same people that are going to run our health care, we don't want any part of it. They can't even process a voucher or a rebate check. How do we ever expect that they're going to be able to handle health care?
Well, you know, Congress, at the same time as the dealers try and work out their issues and try, you know, and obviously they're concerned about getting funding from the government. What do you go, I mean, you're on your way home this weekend. What do you tell the dealerships in your district? How do you reassure them that you're on top of this and that funding is going to come through? Because that $1 billion pretty much gone.
Well, we're really not sure whether the $1 billion is gone or not. That's an estimate. But, I mean, the White House has clearly come out, and they're the ones that have to make the statement. And they have made the reassuring comment that for all loans or for all car sales that are processed over the next few days, they will be honored. That's the kind of encouragement that we need from the White House. The House will pass this bill today that puts more money back into the program, and I'm hopeful that the Senate is going to do something next week. If the Senate doesn't do something next week, this whole Cash for Clunkers program is going to be it's going to be in a lot of trouble, and there are going to be a lot of customers and a lot of dealers that are going to be disappointed. Bottom line, this is providing stimulus. It's working more effectively than much of the $787 billion that we approved earlier this year that people are having major questions about whether it's having any impact. Here's a program that actually appears to be working.
All right, I want to go back over to Peter Barnes, because we're hearing that Peter, in about 10 minutes or so, and obviously Congressman Hoekstra is right here, but that the House is going to be taking up the Cash for Clunkers issue in about 10 minutes or so. So we could see some movement during this hour.
Yeah, that's correct, and Congressman Hoekstra is absolutely right. The House will pass this today. Both the Democratic and Republican leadership are on board with the package. But once again, the issue is going to be, can the Senate get to it next week, if at all?
All right, Peter, we're looking at a live picture of the House right now, so of course we're monitoring for our viewers if we get some action out of them. But real quick, Congressman Hoekstra, the White House is saying that they're on it, that they're going to try to come up with some kind of program. Have you been in contact with the administration at all this morning?
Yes, we have. We had a Michigan delegation meeting. There were White House representatives there. This is why this bill is moving today. Republican and Democratic leadership in the House got behind a united front, a bill that will move money from another part of the stimulus package into Cash for Clunkers. So it's not new money. It's moving it perhaps from a program that wasn't very effective into a program that is effective. And that's why we're hopeful that not only will it pass the House, but it will also pass the Senate, because it's not new money. It is reprogramming other money into something that appears to be working.
Peter, Congressman Hoekstra talked a lot about the lack of confidence that the dealerships have with this program and with the government in general, with all the bureaucracy going forward. Is this a little bit of a, even though it's a great program, is it a little bit of a black eye for the Obama administration and the fact that they so underestimated how popular the program was going to be?
Well, as I recall, the administration and Congressman Hoekstra can to clarify this. Originally, Congress authorized $4 billion for the program. So, in fact, supporters thought that there would be a lot of demand for the program. But when it came down to actually appropriating the money for the program, Congress only approved $1 billion in spending. There's the authorization process, and then there's the appropriations process. And so it was unfunded by $3 billion, and that's why you're seeing this move today. It's already authorized to spend $4 billion. Now they're looking to find some place to grab an extra $2 billion, and that would bring it up to $3 billion.
Congressman, I want to follow up on that. Where was that shortfall? Where did that shortfall occur, and why did we go from the $4 billion to the $1 billion if that indeed happened?
Well, the shortfall came out of the appropriations process. I think there were individuals in the Senate who didn't want to go to the $4 billion of appropriations. Hopefully we will fix that problem today. I think where the black eye comes for the federal government on this is their inability to process a simple voucher or a simple rebate claim that is being submitted by the dealers. Dealers, this program's been out there 4 or 5 days. Like I said, not a single dealer has a single approved rebate in their hands today. And this is only a rebate check. This shouldn't be that hard to do.
All right. Well, the debate's going to continue. Congressman Hoekstra, Peter Barnes in Washington, both of you, thank you very much for weighing in on this one. And once again, we are monitoring, of course, the House.